welcome to Small Business Connections TV. I'm here with Kellie, who's the head of SMB, APAC and Afterpay. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having me. So at Afterpay, we are really connecting our merchant customers, our small business customers, with our consumer network. And really our intent is to help our small business customers grow. So we introduce new customers to their business. We bring them customers who check out with a higher average basket size, who check out more frequently, so more repeat purchases, and ultimately help them grow revenue and to be successful retailers.
So tell me about, we talk about Afterpay a lot, but practically speaking, I'm online shopping, my basket was supposed to be $150 but then became $500.
Yes.
So then how does it actually work? Does it automatically then go into paid installments, or how does that work?
Absolutely. So for those merchants who are Afterpay customers, Afterpay features as a checkout option alongside their other payment options. And for those customers who are signed up for Afterpay, they can just choose to check out with our payment buttons in the checkout flow on the merchant's website. And from there, it's a pretty seamless experience for both the merchant and the consumer, both of whom have that existing relationship and can complete the checkout.
So the merchant and the customer both have to have a pre-existing relationship, is that correct?
That's right. We do have a fairly simple sign-up process for consumers. So if they find Afterpay as a checkout option and are not a customer at that time, we can get them signed up pretty quickly. But for a merchant, we need to be present there in the checkout.
Okay.
And our merchant customers integrate us into their checkouts, usually through a platform that they're using for their shopping cart experience.
Okay, so as a customer, how long can I buy that instantaneously after the check, pretty much, or is that, or do I have to wait?
Absolutely, yep. So checking out with Afterpay on an e-commerce retailer's website or in person in store is as simple as you would check out with other payment methods. So you are logging into your Afterpay account. If you're checking out online, and in store, you can simply tap your Afterpay card as you would any other card on the point of sale.
And who actually pays for the benefit of the Afterpay? Is it the merchant, or is it the customer, or is it both?
Customers don't pay to use the Afterpay service. Our merchants do pay to use Afterpay. But I think what's important to highlight about the service that our merchants are receiving from Afterpay is that it's much more than a payments method. So we are effectively a marketing channel for our merchants. If you think about how you find demand as a merchant, you have to go out and spend money on AdWords, or you have to be advertising. Afterpay is a much more cost-effective method of attracting customers and consumers for our small business customers than many other channels. And so there's that marketing dimension and there's the payments dimension. We also share a lot of our research, our insights. We arm our small merchant customers with marketing tools. So there's a full suite of services that we provide.
So what sort of research and insights would you actually provide to a merchant?
Absolutely. So just this year we've done some research with the Afterpay consumers who shop with small businesses. So we have a really strong contingent of Gen Z and millennial shoppers who drive something like 2/3 of the shopping on Afterpay with the small business community. So we went out to those consumers to understand what it is that when they are thinking about buying, a pair of jeans or a pot plant, what is it that drives them to choose to shop with a small business? So we understand that pretty deeply, and we can use that, as we did today in our session, to help small businesses understand the strategies that they can put in place to attract those sales from shoppers who like to support small.
And arguably it's a high conversion rate for people to actually complete their purchase, is that right? So there's a high bounce at the end? Is that, would you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So really one of the key benefits for our small business customers is that if you're a shopper, think about the internet. There's so much out there, and you might know the largest of brands, but you're not going to know all of the brands that are present or that come up in your shopping journey. And sometimes shoppers can find it a little worrying to put their credit card details into a website they're not familiar with. So having Afterpay as a buy now pay later option lends credibility to our small business customers, our merchants. And we know that the presence of Afterpay will help them to drive conversion. So for a customer or a consumer who's reluctant or a little bit unsure about, clicking the Pay Now button, that having Afterpay present will absolutely drive them to convert at a higher rate.
And what are some of your merchant customers saying about onboarding Afterpay?
It's interesting, we were talking to one of our customers earlier today, and just the impact that that they saw upon enabling Afterpay on their site was pretty much, you know, an instant impact. We know that our small business customers see something like a 13% average increase in revenue as a result of using Afterpay, and we are driving, you know, incremental volume and value to their businesses.
And what does the future look like for After? I mean, I just would never have thought that, you know, we could have layaway or lay-by, you know, online. Yeah. Who would have thought that that was possible years ago? So what's the future hold for Afterpay?
Absolutely. There are new sort of features and products coming to market all the time. You know, we're really investing in a much richer e-commerce experience, and seeking to, again, you know, there's so much more to Afterpay than just the payment option. It's really all about how do we take our, you know, incredibly rich network of sellers, you know, the dynamic businesses who are on our platform, and connect them with our consumers who are passionate and, you know, excited about discovering the latest and greatest trends in retail and fashion. So a lot more e-commerce, rich e-commerce experiences, and of course integrating with our new partners in the Square and Block community. We were acquired by Block Inc. earlier this year, so there's a lot of I think work to be done on you know, expanding access for our customers to the merchant product set on in the Block ecosystem as well.
Well, that sounds fantastic. So if there's a retailer or a merchant that's looking to adopt Afterpay, where should they head to?
Afterpay.com. There is a simple sign-up form there. If you pop in your details, one of our team will be in touch. We're absolutely you know, looking to welcome more of the small business community to Afterpay.
Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to seeing more about Afterpay in the future. All the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.